Hey guys, this is JC Carroll here, along with my good friend Boyd Brooks on our most recent episode. I think it's episode 4 of Turn Rows to Revenue. How's it going today, Boyd?
Good. Good morning, JC.
Good morning. We had some planting progress numbers come out, but other than that, I don't know if there's too much news in the market. What do you see?
No, there's not been a whole lot to talk about here the last couple of days. We had planning progress. I think cotton was a little bit ahead, but maybe a percentage or two above the 5 year. Corn was, I think, was 2%. Beans hadn't registered yet as far as the national pace goes. So that's about the highlight of the news in the markets this week. I mean, we're still kind of just consolidating in this recent range. Corn and beans have been in since January. Wheat's kind of fallen back off a little bit, and cotton's back above 80 cents for new crop this morning. So we're still kind of holding the pattern here as we go into the first part of April. But the window for planting looks pretty good in the eastern corn belt. I think there's some rain coming to the western corn belt today, tomorrow. But this stuff ought to fly in. The soil temps are looking pretty good. I think Iowa was in the high 70s yesterday, air temperature, and saw some soil temps that were mid 50s. So I think the planning window is pretty wide open here for the next couple of weeks. We ought to be able to make some good progress.
Yeah, as we talk to our growers across the southeast, we're hearing the same. Just corn's going in uh, significantly easier than uh, it could have been as we headed into the year. We had some wet conditions, but now that we're into the planting season, I think that things are rolling along pretty good.
Yeah, I think I saw Louisiana was a couple points ahead of average, and Mississippi was just a couple behind. So Alabama and Georgia have caught up, like I said, from that slowdown early on due to some excess rainfall. But other than that, market wise, man, we're just kind of still have some inverses hanging around here, and not a whole lot of news to move us either way. We're kind of chopping back and forth.
Boyd, you mentioned an inverse market on our last addition to this thing. Just in layman's terms, tell me exactly what advantages you see in the inverse market, and why we need to be as growers paying attention to that.
Yeah, so in corn, let's take a look at that. What they call the corn strip is the number of months that you go out. So you got May corn at 555, you got July corn at 542. So if you have any old crop and you want to hold on to it, you got a 13-cent inverse today in that market, or a 13-cent discount to hold on. Now, in most of the markets down here, that basis will probably overcome that 13-cent discount. But be wary of that if you're holding old crop. Similar structure in the bean market. You got 1407 for May, 1401 for July. So if you got some old crop beans left, and I don't know of many, but just make sure that your basis, if you're going to ship June, July, overcomes that discount. And then you look at the corn in the new crop, you've got SEP corn at 499, which is what we price our harvest bushels off of down here in the South. And you got D's corn at 483, and even March of 22 at 491. So especially with some tightness in the old crop stocks, the basis for early corn should be at a premium as we go into August and September. So just kind of keep an eye on what you're storing versus what you're going to move at harvest, because you should provide some very good opportunities to ship some early bushels.
Right. I mean, that's really one of our advantages in the southeast, is that we can get those bushels to market, before most of the country, and because of that, we're going to be paid a little bit more,
Absolutely.
because that's when guys need it.
Yep, yep. And the
That's
last
when
few
they're getting
years,
short.
we've had a 2.3, 2.5 billion bushel carry out in corn, and so you've had what they call a carry market. So the September was a discount to the December or March, but that's different this year. So just when you're looking at your local cash prices, pay attention to that September, because it may make more sense to go ahead and move some bushels that you might otherwise put in the bin.
That's right. That's right. Well, Boyd, on our end, we're working on gathering some more information on some of those things that we mentioned last week. Just, what the tax plan is going to look like, carbon credits, all those things. But we really, don't have any other new information. So I don't want to sit here and just jaw with folks to waste time. There's not a whole lot of news in the market. We're still working on some things in our end. I think it's good to always touch base a couple of times, make sure that our guys that are, in the tractors right now planting, just stay tuned to what we got going on outside the tractor. But unless you can think of anything else that they need to be looking at, I might want to wrap this one up early.
Yeah, I think so. Just be watching those new crowd prices. I mean, I think we're going to have pretty well supported markets as we go forward the next, 4 to 6 weeks here. But if we get into summer and everything looks good, that we could see some selling pressure develop. But as we go to the field and get the crop planted, I think we'll hang around these levels for a while.
Yeah. Not bad levels to hang around at either.
Real good levels. Absolutely.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Boyd, and we'll catch up a little bit later this week. And thank you for keeping us all updated on what's coming.
Sounds good. Thank y'all.
All right, take care.